What we have here is a mixture of sugar water and corn syrup. It's been cooking for about 45 minutes. When I poured it on the table just now, it was a little bit over 320 degrees. We're just trying to cool it down a little bit. We're going to add a little bit of flavor, a little bit of color. In about 20 minutes, we're going to be over on the table pulling out some ribbon candy. So we're going to make banana flavored ribbon candy today. So we're going to do two colors. We're going to do a large amount of yellow, and we're going to do also a section of the white. Now normally the white part is the only part that has the flavor in it, but today we're going to have quite a bit of yellow, so we're going to add a little bit of flavor to that as well. So I also do haircuts. If anybody needs a trim, happy to help out. Can do whatever we need here, anybody. Although I only do one style, it's bald is all I know how to do. Bald is beautiful, says the bald man only. So this is the same recipe we've been using here at Logan since 1933. Same recipe, same marble slab, same hook on the wall, same stove, same heater. I have not been here quite that long. I got here this morning at about 9:30. We're a little late this morning. We're going to have a smaller piece here on my left. This is going to be the stripe or the yellow part of the candy cane. So we're going to add a little bit of color to it now. We're going to do what we call a gel or a paste-based color. All that means it is not a water-based color. If you use a water-based color, it can kind of dissolve the sugar, make it a little bit sticky. So we're going to use a gel or a paste-based color. Remember, it's bananas, so we're going to add a little bit of our banana oil. Maybe about 1/8 of an ounce of flavor. There's our yellow right there. All mixed in, ready to go. We'll take it right over to the table here. Now remember when I poured it on the table a few minutes ago, it was over 320 degrees. Still very, very warm. Going to take a little reading here and see where we stand. I've got my handy dandy thermometer here. Let's get a little reading here. We're at 190 degrees still right there. You can see it's still very, very hot at 190 degrees. Still very, very warm. Going to add a little bit more banana flavor to it. I can say about 1/3 of an ounce here. And we're going to mix it in just like we did the yellow coloring. Then in just a minute here, we'll show you how we're going to turn this one nice and white. Now you do have to watch carefully because it does happen rather quickly. Keep your eye on the big blob up here. Not me, the big blob on the slab here. And roll this out. Here we go. And there it is, you guys. Hope you enjoyed the show. Thanks for coming. There's your candy cane. Thanks so much. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. I can go home early, right? Just kidding. Number one, we're adding a little bit of air to it. Also the stretching of the sugar crystal, and that's what causes the candy cane to turn nice and white. The whole thing's a little bit over 20 pounds full weight. I've got about 14 pounds of the hook here for the white part of the cane. Billy's got about 6 pounds or so between the yellow over there. Doesn't that kind of look like Rapunzel's hair right there? Pretty sure the people that did the graphics on the movie came here when they were kids. Watch us make the candy canes, and that's where they came up with that idea. So we had our attorneys contact them and ask for a mere 1% of the proceeds. Got no response whatsoever. And we're going to have them shape the block here with the white part. Remember, I've got my big yellow behind the heater here. Keep it nice and warm. So we're going to divide up our stripes here. Cut off a little bit of the yellow. I'm going to cut that piece of white you saw me take off there in about 3 pieces here. So I'm going to take that yellow piece right here, put that in the middle. I'm going to take this one of the pieces of white I put here, going to put that next to the yellow stripe. I'm going to take our other white stripe here, get add it right there, make a little bit of a hot dog out of it here. You can see that is going to be our center stripe of the ribbon candy right there. Also a little ketchup and mustard's built in there, right? So we're going to do what we call a yellow base. I made a very large amount of yellow. That's because we're going to do yellow and white instead of white and yellow. So I'm going to take the rest of the yellow here. I'm going to make what we call a big blanket here. So I'm going to stretch it out. Stretching, stretching. Then we're going to make a big giant yellow piece and we'll put some white stripes on it. I've got my blanket just about pulled out here now. You can see she's got her shape going there on the ribbon. Take a big giant teardrop, maybe an almond shape or kind of a candy corn. How's that?
Candy corn.
Candy corn's good. So we're going to set that right in the middle of our blanket there. We're going to stretch it right up and around the outside edge. Wrap it in swaddling clothes, if you will. All right. There it is. A little piece there. I'm going to cut a little yellow off. I'm going to cover that up right there. All right, so there's our block at the base of the ribbon. So now this is the center stripe. Remember that hot dog we made? I'm going to stretch this guy out. And this will be the center stripe of the ribbon candy. So I've got my stripe just about the way we want it. So we're going to take our big block here. I'm actually going to set it right on top of that stripe. So now I have the stripe on one side of the block. I'm going to wrap it around this other side there. I think I know what I'm doing. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe no idea. We're going to put that in the heat here. Now we're going to work on our outside edge stripe, which is this little white piece I have left here. We're going to stretch this guy out. We're going to put our white stripe right around the outside edge here. Just like that. Stretch them around here. So now what we've created here is either some sort of a turtle shell or maybe some sort of holiday toilet seat cover. Not really sure there. And it doesn't pull out really nice in the beginning here, but what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and give you guys a nice warm sample and let you give it a taste here. About 25, 30 pieces to get our stripe just right. But you can see right down the middle, we've got our yellow and white stripe. And we're starting to get a little bit of that white stripe on the outside edge of that. Remember that I added that white to the very outside edge? You can also make a little curly Q out of it. This is going to demonstrate a couple pieces for us here.
Watch, guys.
You can do a little twist like that, make a little curl out of it.
Here's a heart.
Guys, once you get it in hand,
if you guys want to make a heart,
shape it right away.
Squeeze it in the bottom, and then take the tops and bend them around. Oh my goodness! If I could only get it to stick.
You're very welcome. Thank you. Hope you guys had fun.